I'm a go-getter.
It's the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. His goal is to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Success is the only option.
Goalgetta is all about mindset. My mindset is, since I'm here, why not be the greatest ever? And it's a win-win situation. Let's say I don't become the greatest ever. I'll become one of the greats. But it forces me to grind the greatness every day. And if you want to win that life, you got to grind the greatness every day. You deserve to live your best life. The world can sleep on you, but just make sure you don't sleep on you. So I love and believe in you, and I want to take you to that next level. Put your seatbelt on. Ride with me.
I feel them 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. So welcome to the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. Ready or not, it's about to go up. That's right. Not down. It's about to go up. Now, Goalgetta. What's a Goalgetta? I'm glad you asked. My logo sums up my message. 1 finger to the brain, 1 to the sky. All I'm saying is, with the right mindset, you can go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Success is the only option. Everything about my guest today says success is the only option. But before we get to my guest, got to talk to you about a few things. Now, the success is the only option. School tour, that's right. We're already booking for 2022, so go to jblackinspires.com and make sure you book me. I'm coming to your school, not just to talk to the students, but to the staff on a mission to change the world. So yes, tap in. Also, I'm so excited about the Success is the Only Option Teen Career Day. That's right, it's February 19th. Now we're doing something special actually for the next maybe month. What we're going to do is actually going to sponsor 20 teens. Now the normal registration cost is $60 per teen, but for the next month, we're going to sponsor 20 teens. It's going to be a life-changing event. Visit the link and it'll tell you all about it. Now, I know y'all loving, right now on the screen, something's going to pop up. It's the new Goalgetta Classics. I got them on right now. That's right, motivational brand. Got the Goalgetta hat, Goalgetta shirt, new Goalgetta joggers, and now the new Goalgetta shoes. So make sure you go to the website and grab you a pair. I'm telling you right now, as you navigate through life, you're a goal-getter. So you make sure you're on your feet. You got to be walking to some goal-getters. Goal-getter. Now, lastly, Goalgetta Academy. Big shout out to my young kings and young queens at Goalgetta Academy. With Goalgetta Academy, we focus on goal setting, mental health, financial literacy, community service, entrepreneurship, leadership development. But our young kings and young queens are doing very, very well. I got to do a big shout out to our Florida group. Yeah, our Florida group. So I got to do a big shout out to Jeremiah. Big shout out to Empress. Big shout out to Isaiah. Now, we do something called a behavior ranking, right? So the goal is, everybody in Goalgetta Academy, I expect to be between an 8 and a 10. 1 is terrible, 10 is great. Now, they give me a number every week, but it's the parents' number that matter. So their parents, let me tell you what she did. She gave them a 100, one got a 65, and one got a 45. So that tells you the go-getter mentality. They naturally go over and beyond to earn them numbers. Notice I said earn. In life, nothing is given. Now, I got to ask y'all this. Mental exercises. Have y'all been doing the mental exercises? Now, for the new viewers and listeners, you're probably like, what's the mental exercises? Glad you asked. So, as y'all all know, we live in a very cold, dark world, and people are quick to tell you what you can't do. You look at the word can. You take the T off. It says can. You look at the word impossible. It says I'm possible. That's right. You're possible. So this is a great way to start your day. So when you first wake up, I need 3 positive thoughts. I share a few of mine with you. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be a great husband. Be a great father. You can have more than 3, but at least 3. This is when you first wake up. Now from there, you should be going to the restroom, brushing your teeth, washing your face. If not, we got a problem. But while you're in the restroom, look at that person you see in the mirror. I need positive affirmations. I want to hear you say, I am great. I am a winner. Success is the only option. And before I formally introduce my guest, we're going to show you right now how that works. You're going to repeat after me. Let's do it. I am great.
I am great.
I am a winner.
I am a winner.
Success
is
the only
option.
Y'all see the attitude she had right there? She put that attitude on. That's what you got to have. You got to believe it. And with that being said, Arielle Mckinney, say what's up to the people.
What's up, y'all? How are you?
Yeah, so we're going to get diving right into it. So, Ari, the nickname, okay.
Ari.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ari. So let's get that right. Arielle Mckinney.
Yes.
Okay, so Ari.
Yes.
Ari is the CEO of Black Sheep Beauty, a streetwear brand elevated with feminine flair, and parentheses it said chickwear, whose purpose is to redefine the term black sheep of any other negative narrative attached to our lineage through exposing fashion. So I want to start right there. So you talked about redefining the term black sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to know, take me back to the beginning. Black sheep, where did that name come from?
So in 2017, so I go to City of Joy, and my first lady, she has a conference, and it was a women's conference called I Prevail. So I go to the conference. She asked me to do a poem. So I'm just like, okay, that's like, I'm nervous, I'm excited, okay, I'll do it. So I didn't have any words for this poem at all. Like, I was struggling. I'm like, God, I don't understand. The conference is like tomorrow. I don't have any words. So I locked myself in my room. I wrote this poem, and in the poem I put, I am black sheep beauty. I'm never meant to conform to the world. So that line came from, actually, my pastor had preached a message, and in this, on the screen, so at church, like they'll put like screens up or whatever, like kind of images so that it sticks with you. It was all of these like white sheep and one black sheep in the middle, and it spoke to me because I always felt like that. You try to fit in, you try to do what everybody thinks you should do, you try to be who everybody thinks you should be, and I always felt like I am uncomfortable. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what my purpose is. I kind of feel lost. Like all the rejection or whatever, so it just resonated. But when I wrote the poem, I didn't even know, like, it was kind of like an affirmation. It's like, but I am the black sheep, but I'm not supposed to conform. I'm not supposed to fit in anyway. So I put that line in the poem, and I'm just thinking it's a line, like it was not supposed to be a thing. So I read the poem, I go up, I do the poem, and this lady, Pastor Aziza, she's super dope, super awesome woman of God. She was the keynote speaker, so I went before her. So when she got up, she was like, no. Where's the baby that did the poem? And I'm like sitting in the back, like, what is she about to say to me? And she was like, that black sheep, that line, that's your business. And she didn't even know I was in school for business at the time. So, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this degree to kind of help myself in corporate America. That didn't have a plan to start a business or anything. But she was just like speaking to me, and I'm just like crying, like, what? Okay, I receive it. But then you know how, you just start to overthink, and I'm like, what is she talking about? A business? I don't even have any money to start a business. Before I even leave the conference, a lady writes me a check and hands me a check, like, I believe in the word that was spoken over your life. So I knew, I'm like, all right, Black Sheep Beauty, that's what we got. We have a name. And then it kind of just went from there to create the logo. And then I was like, the first thing I saw was t-shirts. So I started with t-shirts.
Woo! So hold on, I gotta press that rewind button because she dropped so many jewels. Ari, talk to him. Okay, so one thing I want you to understand is that we can feel that we have everything planned out, but it doesn't matter what we plan. It's all about God's plan. So you see right there, she didn't even thinking about business. She went business, but she wasn't thinking about entrepreneurship and nothing like that. So a lot of times God uses people to reach us, to talk to us. So she touched people with the poem. And you said before, she's talking about how she even had no words. So God really used her, from there. And then from there, somebody was so impacted by her performance, her delivery, they wrote a check. So this was our purpose. What's kind of funny, I want you to understand is that God has a plan for your life even before your mother was born. Even before your mother was born. So you're going through life and certain things happen in your life to prepare you, to get you to your calling. But she happened to be at service that day and asked you the poem, and it wasn't planned, but bam, God spoke.
Yeah.
Then you got Black Sheep Beauty. And this is 2017.
Yep.
That's great. So I want to go to this. So we brought it up. So let's talk about bachelor's degree. Let's talk about the college you went to. Let's talk about that experience. So
yes.
I really want to know, with college for you, what's the biggest thing you grabbed from college?
So, it's okay to start over. Number one, so I, did the whole thing when you get out of high school, you go to college, but I dropped out. Had my son and all of that. So it took me a while to even get the courage to go back to school.
Okay.
And when I went back to school, I said, my incentive, I work at Allstate, and I was like, okay, they're the only, they're trying to tell me, you need this degree to kind of back yourself up. So I went online. I graduated from Indiana Wesleyan University. It is a Christian-based school, which is why I went. Because I was like, if I'm going to do this journey, I'm going to need something. So I went online, and then I graduated in 2018. So I did kind of accelerated, kind of speed it up. But yeah, so I got a 4-year degree, and started in 2016 and graduated in 2018. But it was, honestly, I liked going online because it gave me the flexibility to kind of do the life balance and all of that.
Right.
And I feel like I just kind of found out the creative side of it. I stopped looking at it you got to do this homework, and I started looking at it as a challenge and an assignment. And if I planned it out right, I was able to kind of start early and kind of work at my own pace. So I think perseverance and strength is kind of what I got from school. You have to be persevere. life is gonna happen. If you decide to go back to school and decide to do something, I was like, this time I'm gonna finish. So it was kind of like trying to persevere through it, because I quit every day in my head. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm tired of staying up late to do these assignments. I'm over it. Like, I have all of this stuff going on. I don't want to do it. But my son was watching me, and I wanted him to remember. Like,
I feel them 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. So we're still booking for the Success is the Only Option School Tour. Visit the link below. My logo sums up my message. 1 finger to the brain, 1 to the sky. With the right mindset, you go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Like my hoodie says, success is the only option.
I seen her, like, because I would sacrifice, like, playing with him sometimes, because I'm like, I gotta do homework. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna play with you right after, but I would fall asleep or he would fall asleep. But he was there when I graduated. So I did it for him, and I remember just like holding him and crying, like, this one was for you. Like, thank you for riding it out with me. So we graduated. So.
Oh, hey. And once again, all right, I'm telling you, man, you doing a lot right now. Somebody, I can't wait for this to actually, when y'all see this, but check this out. Gotta press the rewind button just in case y'all ain't catch it. So something I talk about in my book, Goals Get Direction, very, very important. The power of your why. You know what I'm saying? So she said in her head, mentally, she quit out every day, but she had her son watching her. When you make it bigger than you, it's easier for you to stay locked in on your goal. You got to make it bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Then you notice at the end, she just said, we graduated, But yeah, I want to break down Goalgetta because it's one thing you got to understand with life. And I'm gonna come back for a circle. I'm going to break this down and then come back to that. So it's a part, when I break down Goalgetta, it says, adversity is a part of the journey to success. So we embrace it. We never give up. Success is the only option. So one thing I'm big on with teaching my young kings and young queens, and everybody that come in contact with you, but definitely with our young kings and young queens, I want them to know early that I want them to fall in love with the process. I want them to fall in love with obstacles, with adversity. Because every test leads to a testimony. It's always going to be an obstacle. So why get nagged out about it? Mm-hmm. Why not embrace it? Why not be excited about it? Mm-hmm. Every no brings you closer to a yes. So I don't want the no's to suck the life out of you. Her situation, I know that day, she had her son. She might have went to work that day. She might have been tired. So all that stuff built up. But she made sure she still got online and did her work, no matter how she felt. So you can't let feelings control your narrative. You got to push through the feelings when you got a goal. Because on the other side, on the other side is that bachelor's degree, her situation. So very, very important. Turn your feelings down. Turn your hustle up. Yeah. That's on my first motivational speak album, Life Changer. Make sure you go check that out, that song. But, so let's keep it moving. So, City of Joy.
Yes.
City of Joy. Okay, yes. So what led you to City Joy?
Man, I didn't even want to go, to be honest. So church, you get the church hurt. So I went to church, a smaller church previously, and kind of, got my feelings hurt for like the first time. And I was just like, I'm really done with church. I'm not interested in going to anybody's church. But I kind of did try to church hop a little bit, and I actually got invited, and I took my son the first day I went, and I was like, I do not want to be here. I had an attitude, but they are just real good at welcoming you and giving you a hug at the right time. So it was just kind of the welcome, and I was like, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought. And when I went like the first time, I just fell in love with the atmosphere, the word, and then I just kept going, and I just never left. I visited one time and I never left. It took me a while to join because I would kind of dip in and dip out, but right. The reason why I do poetry is because the City of Joy, my pastor, before he even knew me, like I would dip in and dip out, like I said. And one day he just like kind of chased me off the thing, like where are you on Facebook? Like, where are you going in such a rush all the time? And he was like, do you write? And I kind of was like, wow, like I never even talked to anybody here. So why specifically you asked me that? And the first time I ever did a poem out loud was on the City of Joy stage, which is kind of how the dominoes fell, which is kind of led to I Prevail, and so the dominoes fell. But yeah, I honestly, so to answer your question, I didn't plan to find a church. I wasn't looking for a church home. I went on a visit, and that was the place for me.
Wow, and that church, that building led to you discovering your purpose.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh, love it. I'm telling you right now, this girl, when you think about swag, I love it. You gotta make sure you follow her on social media, and that's gonna pop up on the screen right now. But yeah, swag, she has her own swag. I love it. I love people that's not afraid to be themselves. So it's very important to be yourself. God did not make a mistake when he made you, so it's very important to be you. Mm-hmm. And we say Black Sheep Beauty. She definitely is Black Sheep Beauty, and she is repping it, and she is swagged out. And I love the content. I'm loving the new TikTok. I'm loving the flavor. I love the creativity. That's definitely the thing. So let's talk about that. I want to talk about creativity.
Yes, absolutely.
So in the age that we're in, you definitely got to have a social media presence.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's very, very important as far as marketing. I love the fact that you are being consistent, which is very, very important as well. So let's talk about your style as far as creativity on social media.
Yes. Okay. So I honestly approached it like not as I do now. So for example, like when if you go back on my Instagram, I tried to do themes. I tried to do like, oh, this page was cute. Like I kind of want to, oh, they have a theme with the colors and the quotes, and then they have a picture. Like I tried to do what was working for other people, and it wasn't working. So, and I had the whole thing like TikTok is for kids. I'm like, my son's on TikTok. I am not getting on anybody's TikTok. And then I decided to just give it a try, and it's literally not as hard as people think it is. And what I would do if I seen a video that I was inspired by, I was like, but how can I say this in my language? Like, how can I make this my own? And I would literally like, it really just started with me making videos and trying stuff and like laughing at myself and finding out that I really liked it. Like when I looked at it, I really enjoyed it. So then I was like, if I truly enjoy it and I caught myself being myself, I wasn't as scared to be myself behind the camera, if that makes sense. So it's kind of, I stumbled into it as like a creative outlet, almost like poetry, where I could be myself without being myself. Cause it's like, it's somebody else's sound or it's a song or I got out, you know what I mean? Like I kind of made it an outlet to give you bits of my personality. And then people just started to receive it. And then I started to like get dressed. I wear Black Sheep Beauty every day. And I was like, well, why am I not making that a thing? And I was like, well, the place I'm at home is always in my closet. So I decided to come up with like closet to content, like kind of give you pieces of how I'm in my closet playing around. And then you see the content when it's posted. So it literally just kind of just, literally 2020, like, and I think it kind of, creativity kind of forced itself out. I think that we were under a lot of pressure, and 2020 taught us that we did not need a lot of stuff that we thought we needed. So I was more creative than I gave myself credit for. And once I decided like, okay, forget it. Like, I like it, I'm gonna just do it. And then now it comes kind of naturally, like the creativity comes a little bit naturally, or I'll see a sound or something. I'm like, oh, I can see myself like doing something like this. And I just try it, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, I post the bloopers.
Right. I think the one thing she stresses that don't overthink it. You just got to do it. You got to do it. Naturally, if you keep doing it, you're going to eventually find your own style. You know, what works for you. You got to go through. You got to go through the process. And this is the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. So I got to ask you this question, you know, because we're talking about you just talked about process. How important are goals to you?
Man, vital. They are vital. They are everything. If you don't set a goal, you're just like, ultimately you just dreaming. So I know that people, you know, you hear it a lot, write it down, make it plain, but literally because I have done that, like you begin to, once you write it down, now it's a thought in your mind, and you meditate. If you choose to meditate on the right things instead of like, oh, all the ways that it could fail, think about all the ways like that you wanted to succeed, and then it'll just happen. Like writing down small goals. Like I said, I wanted to go viral. I put it on my vision board, not even necessarily like knowing what to even do, and I put it on like the bottom corner of my vision board and kind of put it in order. When I keep looking at it, I'm like, oh wow, you went viral twice in 1 month, like this year. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even know. Yeah, so it's powerful, but you set a goal. I'm telling you, otherwise it's just gonna float in the air, and you're gonna be like, I wish I would have did this, you know, a long time ago. So even if you can't really fail at a goal if you try it. At least if you don't try, then you automatically fail. But if you at least try it, you learn something from it. Like, ooh, I can learn this for the next time. So.
Ooh, and that's one thing I'm big on. So I love what she just ended it with. So I don't believe in failure. I always hear me all the time. Success is the only option. We're goal-getters, so the mindset is either we win or learn. That's it. You either win or learn. You know, when they asked Thomas Edison, you know, why did you just keep going after failing 10,000 times? He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I just found 9,999 ways that didn't work. That's a whole different level of perspective, of wisdom, of just determination. And that's the perspective. So when you got a goal, if you really locked on that goal, you gotta understand that it's gonna be a process. Absolutely. But you gotta look at it as either win or learn. Powerful, powerful, powerful. So you got a line up at your bio, and it really hit me. I'll be honest with you, I was like, oh, I'm excited. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. So you said, she believes your tears are never wasted, but God uses them to water your purpose.
Absolutely.
You got to talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. So that's kind of what ties into the black sheep. When you hear the black sheep, you think of something negative, rejected. You think of maybe like things that you have gone through that counted you out, times that you have cried, that you have thought like, I would never, ever get past this thing. And it's like, everything that you go through, every tear, like it's never wasted. But if you look back on it, like the things that what you're living in now is probably something that you prayed for a while ago. So I feel like in my life specifically, just through trauma, childhood things that I have cried about, I didn't understand what I was going through them for, but now I understand. It's to reach back, it's to pull somebody out, it's to redefine that term. Like we get these labels, like I'm, single mom, so you can be baby mom, college dropout, like all of these labels that society or whomever, or even myself, put on myself. It's like you have the power to and authority to redefine every negative narrative attached to you. So I just it hits different. It hits different. And I think it's just
And she said a mouthful, and I want y'all to press the rewind button and really receive
I know I talk
that.
fast, y'all. I'm sorry.
But definitely that's powerful. I'm gonna say it again. You know, so I'm gonna say it super slow. I want y'all to really. She believes. No,
I think everything you go through is for something specific.
Right.
And you don't get it until you're like living in purpose. You'll be like, I remember what that heartbreak was for. I remember what that no was for. I remember this with, like you said, every door that slammed in your face, it prepares you to be grateful for your yeses. So like when you're thinking like, why does this keep happening? It's one thing after another. When the rains it pours, it's like you're giving life to all of those things. Just sit and endure the imperfect process. One of my affirmations is fall in love with the imperfect process. What am I supposed to learn from this?
Right.
And then apply it later. Use wisdom to apply it later. So I think it's just not necessarily going like why me, but why me? Like God sees something in me that He chose me for this. And I think that perspective, although it's because you're going to have trials, like that's never going to stop. So
never going to stop.
You might as well know, like, if I'm going through this, it's for something, the latter is greater. Like, that's
and if you change your perspective and have that type of mindset, I'm telling you that the road is going to be easier. You know what I'm saying? You understand is that once again, it's bigger than you. So once you understand it's bigger than you, if you could change that, flip that as far as your mental, you understand once you go through this, you'll be able to help somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Or next time, if you come into this situation again, you'll know how to react to it. You know what I'm saying? So that got to be the perspective is everything.
Absolutely.
Now, I got to ask you this. So somebody asked, who is Black Sheep Beauty? Who is Arielle Mckinney?
Yes.
What would you say?
Wow. I would say I'm learning who she is, that I am dedicated to evolving. But in this moment, I would say she is a curse breaker. She is a creative. She is an empowerment addict. She is a servant. That's what I'm here for. If I can help somebody, the next generations, not make the same mistakes that I made, or show you, like I'm declaring I'm going to be a millionaire. So not just because, oh, it's cool because I already want to be a millionaire, but I want to show you how to do it. I want to be the blueprint and the receipt, so then you can go duplicate it, add your sauce to the blueprint, and then pass it back. So that's what I want to be, a blueprint, an example. Yeah, all of those things. But
love it. And I believe, and I receive, and I believe. You're gonna come back because this is actually December 18th, and you heard it here. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at two multi-millionaires, but she just spoke it. You know, she put it in the atmosphere. And I believe the energy you put out, it comes back to you. And she said, once again, she made it bigger than her. She wants to be the blueprint, you know, for you to put your sauce to it. And same with me. You know, with me, when I actually told my young kings and young queens, my mentor program, actually about 1.5 years ago. It's kind of funny because I've grown so much. Then they'd be like, so can I get my $10,000? So I told them once I become a millionaire, I want to give them each $10,000.
Yeah.
But it's not even about the money. It's more about the goal, to show them that you don't got to be a drug dealer, an athlete, or entertainer. You could be something outside the box. You be a motivational brand and become a multi-millionaire. You know, so it's more about the goal.
Yep.
So yes, that's very, very powerful. I love it. Now, give the people 3 principles that you live by. 3
principles that I live by. God.
Or just any principle. I'm not gonna say.
Yes. God first in everything. You have to build, whatever you're building will fail if He's not the foundation of it. Yeah, like I can't say nothing more about that. That makes self-explanatory there. Like put God first in everything, consult Him on everything that you do, make Him the CEO of your life, and you'll be good. Trust yourself, because I think a lot of self-doubt creeps in. So even when the fear and all that, you know, creeps in, trust yourself, and to inspire others.
Love it. And last but not least, you got to give the people your social media information so they can stay in contact with you.
Please, y'all, follow me on TikTok, Black Sheep Beauty 17. It is the same on Instagram, Black Sheep Beauty 17, and then it is just Black Sheep Beauty on Facebook.
That's great. So I hope you enjoyed the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. You know, so many great things are on the way. Make sure you go to, what's the website?
www.theblacksheepbeauty.com.
Now make sure you go grab you some Black Sheep Beauty. You know, I'm big on people. It's different when I see people that eat, sleep, breathe their brand. You know, I eat, sleep, breathe my brand, and Ari, she does the same thing. You know, it's not a game. You know what I'm saying? It's way bigger than us. It's about purpose. It's about laying the blueprint for you, for the next generation. So definitely make sure you tap in, go grab you some Black Sheep Beauty. Make sure that you understand is that it's okay to have a vision that nobody understands. You know, it's okay to be so-called the black sheep. Understand you're we're born for a reason. And understand that it's a purpose behind the vision that God has for you. So you got to walk the course. You got to walk the course, and it'll make sense in time. But you can't let fear stop you from walking your path. Because I'm telling you, if you walk that path on the other side, it's greatness, it's success, it's fulfillment. You know, the ultimate high is walking in your purpose. Ari, do you agree?
Absolutely.
Right. So once again, the ultimate high is walking in your purpose. So I'm telling you, you have a purpose on your life. You got to walk in it, and you can't be scared to not just walk through it because of the naysayers or people might laugh or they feel this. I'm telling you, they laughed at Jesus. They talked about Jesus. So let's get over that. They're going to talk about you. Let them talk. But it's very, very important that you do you. Do you. Do you. So I love and believe in you. And always remember, always remember, always remember. Only person that can stop you is you. Yes. I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah, you're a goal-getter. And I want you to wear who you are. Visit the website below and grab you some Goalgetta apparel. We got the hoodies, we got the Goalgetta joggers, we got the Goalgetta beanie hats, and much more.
It's the Goalgetta Podcast with Jay Black. Stay excited and stay connected. www.jblackinspires.com